Do you know that limiting beliefs are blocking your money? Before we get into what those limiting beliefs are, my name's Carrie Gray here in Southeast Georgia. And I'm going to tell you a secret. It's yourself that is blocking your money. The difference between wealthy and poor is understanding the psychology behind receiving money. Your belief system is what allows money to flow to you or flow away from you. And we're going to discuss
5 belief systems or thoughts that are holding your money back from you. So if you want your money to come back to you, watch this video.
Before we get into those 5 limiting beliefs that are holding your money back, I want to talk about who this video is for and who this video is not for. Okay? There's a lot of broke people that want to know how to get more money, want to make more money, but this video is not for every poor person in America. This video is for the people who are striving to become more, who want to be better, who want to do better, and they're just kind of stuck. Okay? They don't know where to go. They don't know what's holding them back. That's who this video is for. This is what's holding you back. How you think about yourself and how you think about money. So let's get into those 5 limiting beliefs that are holding your money back. Okay? Limiting belief number 1. How do you think about money? Okay? Some kids grow up and their parents are like, oh, the wealthy, they're crude people, they're rude, they're snobs, or the wealthy didn't have to work for their money. That is a negative belief around money. So when you get older, every time you see somebody drive by in a nice car, every time, you see a big house, you're like, oh man, like them people didn't even have to work for that. Or, oh, them people are probably rude. How are you ever going to become a wealthy person if you have such negative thoughts and beliefs towards other wealthy people, right? Okay. So an example of this, how would you fix this? First of all, it's just becoming aware of it. Okay. Write down what your problem is. Okay. I believe rich people are snobs. I was taught that rich people didn't earn their money. Blah blah blah. Once you become aware, you can start pointing out the patterns, right? So here's an example. You're at a red light, guy in a nice Corvette drives by. Usually you would think, oh man, he didn't earn that car. Or that dude's probably a douche, right? Well, instead, be like, man, that's a nice car. I can't wait to be in one of them. As you start changing this thought pattern, it happens in your everyday life. And you start becoming able to receive more money in your life. It opens up. It sounds small, it sounds silly, but it's the truth. How you think about people that already have money is how you're going to think about yourself when you have money, right? So, in this same thing, how are you thinking about money? You can be really frugal. You're nickel and diming everything, saving everything, hoarding money. You don't want to spend it, even when you have it. You could have $50,000 in your bank account, and you could be like, no, no, we don't need that. We don't need that. If you don't open yourself up and allow yourself, and understand that there's an abundance of money, we're going to talk about this as well, abundance and scarcity. If you hold on too tightly, you will suffocate it and you will close that energy up, and that will also keep your money from you, right? So, another thing is your self worth tied to the amount of money in your bank account? Do you think if you have $100,000,000 that you're a better person than when you only have $1,000 in your bank account? If that's the truth, then you really need to do some self diving, because how much money you have does not equal the person that you are. Okay? It will equal the person that you are to become. If that is your belief, you will never reach $100,000,000. Okay? You're always going to be comparing yourself to people, comparing yourself to your old self, and you will never grow. It will strangle that energy again and keep it from you. Limiting belief number 2. Okay? How you perceive yourself with money is what you will have. Okay? And we're talking dollar signs. Okay? If you only strive for $100,000 job, you are setting yourself at a cap. That is all you will ever get. If you are waking up and only striving to make $100 a day, that is all you will ever make. You have to open your mind to possibilities. You have to think bigger. You have to wonder. You have to use your imagination. And this is a lot of things that adults have a problem with. Okay? Now, I'm from Southeast Georgia, and a lot of people, they just strive for an old, 1990, 2000s Ford F-150, and they call it that. Okay? I'm not one of them people. I wake up every day and I strive to be driving a Corvette. Okay? Corvette, Maserati. That is what I see myself in. Okay? Right now I'm in a Toyota Sequoia. They're nice. But I will be in a Maserati by the end of 2028. Okay? Now that is a belief system that I have. If you get stuck at wanting that F-150, that is all you will ever achieve. There is so much research that has been done about what you believe you can have is what the universe will present in your life. Okay? I'm not saying that you'll never receive money if you don't do this. I'm just saying it will come a lot quicker, it'll be a lot bigger, and a lot better, and a lot more steady if you go ahead and wake up and just say this simple sentence: I generate and manage wealth easily. I generate and manage wealth easily. And think about what I just said: manage, generate. You are creating your own wealth easily, but you can also manage it. The purpose of this limiting belief is a lot of people will keep themselves small because they think that that's the only thing they can handle. A lot of people get intimidated at the thought of making $1 million a year. Do you want to be intimidated by $1 million a year, or do you want to receive $1 million a month? Right? The sky is the limit to what the universe and the Lord will provide to us. You have to be ready for it. You have to be prepared. And you do have to put some work in it. You're going to have to watch some YouTube videos. You're going to have to pay for some courses. Those are all investments into your future because you need to be ready to receive that amount of money so you are not scared and pushing that money away. Do y'all want to know another little secret? The rich never pay for anything. What do I mean by that? This brings us to number 3 limiting belief. And it's more of a limited knowledge rather than a belief, right? So we're talking about assets and liabilities, okay? An asset is something that will generate you money over time, make you money over time. Value goes up, you can sell for more, makes you money. A liability takes your money, okay? Takes your money, loses value, you have to sell it for less, whatever the case may be, it is a liability. An example of an asset: rental properties, vending machines, tools for your business. Examples of a liability: a house that is costing you money, mortgage, light bill, maintenance. A car is a liability, goes down in value, costs you money, not helping you achieve of anything. Now, if it's a work truck, it becomes an asset because it is generating you money, right? Liability: clothes, handbags. Those are all liabilities. They are not making you money and they are going down in value, right? So, what do I mean by the rich never pay for anything? Let me just set the tone for you and what I mean by this and something that you need to look into. Okay? Say you got a millionaire, he wants a new house. Okay, the mortgage is going to be $2,500 a month. Okay? Instead of getting that mortgage and paying that $2,500 a month and creating that liability, they go and buy an asset. Okay? A rental property that has 4 housing units, making $4,000 a month, $4,500 a month. Now, half of that asset is paying for itself. It's going to go into the loan that was used to buy that property, that rental property. And then the other half is going to be paying the mortgage for the millionaire's new house. Therefore, the millionaire just got a house for free, didn't pay for anything. Got a loan for the rental property that has 4 units. There is now not having to pay for his new house. That is how the free never pay for anything, and that needs to be your strategy in life. If you want a new car, go buy some vending machines that are going to generate you money and pay for that car every month. That is how the wealthy stay wealthy. Buy assets, not liabilities. Have assets that pay for the liabilities, so you're not losing money out of your own pocket, your own bank. So here's number 4, not 3, 4. Number 4 of the limiting belief keeping your money away from you. And we talked about it and hinted towards it a while ago. Scarcity mindset. Okay? You have a scarcity mindset and an abundant mindset. You can choose to have either or, but humans naturally gravitate towards scarcity. It links all the way back to caveman times. Okay, you gotta scavenge for food, shelter, all of that. So we naturally go to scarcity mindset. And what does that mean really? It means that you think or you believe that there's not enough to go around. So you hoard it, you keep it, you don't want nobody else to have it. You don't want nobody else to know the secrets that you know because you think there's not enough customers, not enough money, not enough time, whatever it may be. That is holding you back. Because in reality, there's an abundance of money. There's this guy, his name is Mamba FX. He makes $350 a second. A second. A second. I'm gonna keep saying that until it sinks in. $350 a second. There is more than enough money. Let me tell you my own personal experience with this. I deal with it. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. This is Lala with acquisitions. I don't know if you've ever seen the guy that made School, but it's his wife. I watched her video and I was like, you know what, more people need to know about these beliefs that impact their everyday life and impact how they receive money, right? So how the scarcity mindset affects me every day is actually own a landscaping business here in Southeast Georgia, Desired Landscaping LLC. And sometimes I catch myself thinking like, oh, there's so many landscaping companies, there's so many lawn care companies, like how is there going to be enough customers to go around? Some of my buddies, they want to start landscaping, they want to start lawn care, and sometimes I get, a little agitated. Oh, you're going to be taking my customers. That is a scarcity mindset because in reality, there is more than enough money to go around, more than enough skill to go around, more than enough yards to go around, and that is something that I'm personally going through and having to untrain my mind right now. And to retrain and to believe in that there is an abundance of money, abundance of opportunity, right? So a good affirmation that we can say and do every morning is when we wake up is there is an abundance of opportunity and money for me to make today, right? Regardless of what anybody else is doing, regardless of any other companies that are doing what I am doing, there is more than enough to go around for me and my business. Whether you have a business or not. Say you're a person, you don't have to have a business for this to apply. There is more than enough money to go around for you to receive a raise. There is more than enough money to go around for you to get a new vehicle. We have to defeat the scarcity mindset. And every day we wake up, retrain our brains. There's an abundance, there's an abundance, there's an abundance for me to receive. And just changing that little thing, even if this is the only thing that you work on out of all 5 of the limiting beliefs that I talk about today, I believe this is the most crucial, one of the most crucial to me. And this last one, the 5th limiting belief that is affecting money coming to you is short and simple. Don't be scared to lose. This ties back into the scarcity mindset. If you're scared to take a chance, you're scared to invest, you will never grow. It's natural to be a little scared, a little nervous, but you have to know, again, that there's an abundance of chance and opportunity. You have to see that every loss is a chance to learn. So instead of, oh man, I just lost $100 on this investment, reframe that to, I just paid $100 to learn this lesson that is going to help me on my next investment. Every loss is a lesson, and that lesson is priceless because you'll know not to do it again. You'll know what to do better. You'll know what to do right. And that knowledge is what is going to keep you growing. You won't be scared to take a chance. You won't be scared to do an investment because you'll know at the end of the day, even if you do lose, you'll know what not to do. And guys, that wraps us up with the 5 limiting beliefs that can really change your life and allow money to start flowing in. How you perceive yourself is what you will become, and what you surround yourself is what you will become. You are who you are around, and what you watch and what you consume. If you're around friends that don't have goals, don't strive for greatness, don't understand that you can attract abundance and change the life that you're living right now, and you're around friends that think they're stuck where they are, nothing will ever change, they can't attract anything, you know, scarcity mindset, then that's how you're going to think. So choose who you're around, know that you are worth more, and become abundant.